Hello, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com. Okay, talking about concealed carry and all the different aspects that are involved in concealed carry. And this is going to be about dress, the way you dress. Now, my carry will all the time reflects the way I am dressed. If I am in my swimming suit and down to the river in my swimming suit doing whatever it is, playing in the water or whatever, my carry is going to reflect that. And like I say, now that it will be a smaller stainless steel weapon, in which could be tied around my neck or stuck in my belt. But you don't really have a good belt when you're in your swimming trunks. At least I don't. So that will be. You have to think about that. So your weapon will change compared to your dress. Now, if I'm wearing a suit, it'll be a different type of carry also. And now you got to look at your body type. If you're slim, well then you will carry one way, and your clothing will reflect the same thing. I've had people say, for me, because I dress a little kind of sloppy, I normally got well now I've changed, but it used to be I would wear a baggy shirt, and they'd say, well, I don't wear that kind of stuff, so well, the reason I wear it is my carry. That's why I dress that particular way. And now through the years, I've learned how to carry different. I've talked about concealing. I've learned to conceal my firearms a different way. So my dress has changed different according to that. Because like I say before, I'd have to wear the baggy shirt over there, or pull my T-shirt out and have my T-shirt over there. Now, I don't do any of that stuff. Like I say, I've figured out what works for me, and that's what you need to do on you, is figure out what works for you. And you will dress a certain way if you're going to be carrying a certain way, and you just have to be prepared for that. And be open to change the way that you're going to carry for the dress that you're doing. Now remember, I try to do it the same way. I carry the same way most all the time. So my dress is according to my carry. And then as my carry changed through the years, my dress, the way I dress myself, would change also. In the winter, I know now this is one thing. Now see, I'm not in the winter. I'm not up here in the winter. But in the winter, you got the same problem in the winter. You're going to have coats. And when you're wearing coats and, like that, now it's going to be harder for me on my carry. So I have to change my carry to a different type of a carry in the winter when I've got layers of clothes on. So, and then the same thing, not only I changed my carry, but I'll change, the way I carry, but I'll change the firearm that I carry. The weapon that I'm carrying, I'll change to a different weapon. So all this, so these are going to be changes with your dress. That's one reason why I don't like going from different, like I say, I normally stay in the warm temperature, so I can pretty much wear the same dress. Because I know when I'm here in the winter, like I say, it's a little bit different. I have to change things. And but these are all things you need to consider. Your dress is a big thing. And once you start dressing yourself, it's funny. Once you start dressing yourself properly to your type of carry, you will watch other people on their dress. And remember, I mentioned before that I will pull my weapon out multiple times a week. And, I was going to say not here out in the country, but I do out here in the country too. But I say when I'm around people, like I say, I've worked on the way I've dressed so much for my carries. I know how to carry certain weapons. I mean, I can carry an AK-47 under my coat, so I know what it's like to carry a small rifle, and I know what you're going to be wearing, and so I see it. When I see somebody wearing a certain kind of coat or something, they're wearing this coat, they're walking a certain way, my gun is drawn, and I'm waiting. I'm waiting for him to pull that assault weapon out, and then I'm going to get him before he even gets his shot out. So, and that's why you're right back to the same thing. That's why I tell you, you got to watch out when you draw your weapon, because people in this particular case, I know somebody is wearing a coat. I know he's carrying a weapon, and there's no reason for him to draw this weapon when he's coming into this restaurant or store, wherever I'm at. And so I'm watching him, and I got my hand on my weapon. I'm ready to shoot. And right when he pulls it out, I'm going to drop him right then and there. And so, but the thing is, everybody around me is going to see me as the bad guy. I just shot the guy. So, if more than likely he's not going to be by himself, there's going to be more. So I got to be ready to get them all. I just got to look to see who's drawing first. And I've talked about that when I was in the car, and some people, like I was driving, and then somebody pulled in front of me, and they stopped me. And when they did, I jumped out of my car faster than they got out of their car. My firearm was drawn already, and I was running right at them. And they had their doors open, but they didn't come out of the car. And I was waiting to see a firearm. Once I saw a firearm, then I was going to start shooting. But I couldn't shoot until I saw the firearm. And, but like I say, they were in the car that stopped me. So, like I say, so I can see it in your dress. I can see it in your driving. I know what's going to happen. I don't wait for me to get hurt. I take the actions necessary to get this thing done. So I am aware of my surroundings. And it used to be when I was younger, I thought, well, maybe you're paranoid when you're like that. But no. And what it is, I know the way somebody walks. I know when they're dressing, and it just, as you get experience, you realize all this stuff, and so then you get an advantage. And that's why they say you don't mess with somebody older than you. There's a reason for that. So, but yeah, your dress will reflect how you're going to carry, and reflects how other people carry. This is Mike, NoStressMike.com. I say there's a lot in this series.